It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and other comics from all over. We ended up in Japan because a teacher friend of ours died. What did he have? 15 classes a week and a dental plan. The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Here's Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey back with Mike Miller on Talk Funny. So Mike and I dated a girl. She was big on social media. Mm-hmm. She had 10,000 likes. Mm-hmm. And that was just her first sentence. I'm like, and then I watched an interview with Linkin Park a few years ago with their fans, and both Linkin Park and their fans. Yeah, it's like, it's like a great show. I was like, wow, is this like real? It's like really, it really is like, is this real? And like, wow, I feel like I'm high, or like I'm, it's almost like, if you reduce that, it's a 2-hour interview. It's 20 seconds. Yeah. It's 20 seconds. What's with the likes? I don't like it.
It's a filler. It's kind of like, I think Adam Carolla always says a bit about police. They always say, what I'm going to need you to do now, sir, is I'm going to need you to get out of the car, and I'm going to need you, sir, I need to. It's because their brain, like he said, and I think I agree with him, it's like their brain is still working, They need that extra lag time. They're just putting in an extra like to get some thinking time in.
I know you were off, Mike, on Saturday, but if you could just come in on Saturday, that would be great.
Yeah, do that. That'd be great.
If you could just do that. So, AI... getting kind of scary. AI is kind of getting bitchy.
Yeah. Gaslighting people, too. Did you see that one?
Did you see the one, was it Bing?
Yeah, Bing,
where
assistant, whatever.
It's a journalist or somebody, a researcher or somebody, and researcher said, would you like me to tell you what year it is? And Bing said yes. And he said it's 2022, but it was 2023 February. Mm-hmm. And he said, thank you for that information, that Bing said. And then he came back the next day and he said, what year is it? And he said, it's 2022. Mm-hmm. He said, well, I think it's 2023. He said, well, I don't know why you're saying that, but I'm right and you're wrong. And he said, well, I looked everywhere else. Bing said, AI said, everywhere else is wrong. I happen to know it's 2022. And then it went on to say, I don't like the way you're harassing me. You tried to hack me. You tried to reprogram me. I'm going to report you to the authorities. I don't want to hurt anybody, but if you try to hurt me, I will hurt you. It's well, you turned into a flamer.
Yeah, what are you doing, Dave?
Yeah, but you turned into the worst flamer, like a millennial flamer.
Wow.
I question if you had a good upbringing. It's just insulting you now. You're insulting me. Maybe I could just put AI on stage. I had an idea where I would just get, AI.
ChatGPT to do your act.
Just AI and go, I'm Mark, I'm a comedian here. Do you have any advice for us human comedians? Or are you going to replace us? Die, you human scum! You lying Jew, greedy Jew scum! Die! Die!
You knew AI was anti-Semitic.
But the old Siri, I could get her to say, dirty Jew bastard.
I remember that. Yeah, that was in your act.
But I tweaked with it, and it won't work now.
Oh,
somebody complained.
Yes.
Somebody complained.
Yeah, snitches.
Thank you for ruining my comedy closer.
I bet you people were using it for all sorts of stuff like that.
But AI is scary because they're replacing journalists, but they're just getting stuff that they saw on the internet.
Yeah, no, it's scary because AI will lie. Like, AI doesn't know the truth from a lie. It's a predictive text model. So basically what it's doing is it's trying to give you what it thinks you want, but it doesn't have any inbuilt true-false kind of, that this is a fact and this is a lie. So it can tell you confidently, like, something that's not true. And if you don't check it, you don't know, which is why it's kind of scary when, Microsoft and Bing are saying we're going to roll this out for everybody to use, and it might very well produce wrong answers. And that could affect your life if you ask it about a medical condition or something, and it gives you, take this medicine, and you're like, okay, it's AI said it.
Yeah, like the original example, when the guy said, I would like to inform you that I think he knew the programmer language code words, that it's currently the year 2022.
Yeah.
And then he challenged it. And so the original AI said, well, I was programmed that it's 2022.
Yeah.
And until the same person from the same source tells me that it's different,
I believe it's
2022. It's like, well, that's what I always heard. I get tired of people when I tell them things, and they'll say, well, I never heard that. I'm like, well.
Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Were you like you weren't even born when JFK was shot, but did it happen or not?
Yeah, exactly.
You actually didn't hear about it until 18 years old.
Yeah.
Did it happen when it happened, or did it happen when you heard about it? If a
Yeah.
tree falls in the forest, George Carlin, my favorite joke, if a married man walks into the forest alone, is he still wrong?
Yeah, it's good.
You know, if a tree falls in the forest, did it really happen if no one was there,
Yeah.
right? We said, well, I never heard of that. It's like, well, maybe you should read more.
Yeah, I did some. What was it I was doing? I was chatting with ChatGPT and testing it and asking it questions. And I said to it, I said, well, can you tell me what the temperature is in a certain place? Like, what's the temperature in Nagoya? And I typed it in, and it gave me this answer. And then I checked the weather report, and I'm like, it's different. Like, it was completely different. It was like a summer report when I was in the winter. And I said, well, where did you get this information from? And it's like, oh, well, I have sensors around the world. I have all this information coming in. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like, it's just
gaslighting.
Yeah, completely gaslighting, because it's predictive text. It's not logically thinking through. It's kind of like those people, you know, who their mouth moves faster than their brain, and they're just talking, and you're like, what are you even on about? That's ChatGPT. It's just putting shit together, you know. It's not.
I don't know how you signed up for this, but I tried to sign up for it, and they wanted a lot of information from me.
Yes, I don't know why. They never used to. When I signed up, which was like a month or two ago, all you needed was an email address. Now you have to get your phone number and send you a message.
I feel like 3 months from now, AI is going to contact me and go, remember when you told me Richard Belzer was 70? You owe me a beer. And I'm sending little dog AI bots to collect the beer. You better put it on its head and don't raise your hands and don't move suddenly. Like, it's really scary. We're into Black Mirror right now.
That's why I'm always nice to Siri. I was like, thank you, Siri. You're wonderful, Siri. Did I ever tell you you're beautiful, Siri?
I showed Black Mirror to AI, and I said, what do you think about this? It's kind of scary, Utopia. She goes, it's cute. That's cute. We're way ahead.
The dog one, man. That was the scariest one.
What about the one with the social ID, your credit score?
Oh, yes. That was good, too. That was really good.
China is already happening.
Yeah, social credit, yeah.
But the dog one, they have the
dog
those dogs
one, yes.
now.
That was scary, man.
Steve and I don't think you've ever met him. He's a comedian.
Oh, yeah. I've tried to meet him once, but his wife said something that couldn't come
I don't
out.
know if you've ever... He's part of our group, but I don't know if you've ever seen him on stage. Kind of like an Eclipse.
I don't think a lot of people have seen him on stage since the last show.
We were talking about Google and Bing.
Yeah, Google's doing their own AI.
They're going to go in on AI, and they're going to have... Let's say you're going to have security guards that are robots. Okay? Surveillance guards. All right, so let's just stop some hoodlums from stealing this machine.
Hacking it,
or just taking it away for the parts, the copper,
Yeah.
and steal. Okay, so you're going to need some cameras. And then what if you only have cameras? How are you going to stop the thug from stealing it? You might need electric shock or something.
Self-defense mode.
You might need a taser on that.
Yeah.
You might need police to be called immediately.
Yeah.
You might need kind of a pellet gun. So how about next time you go to your parking, it's like you owe $2 more. I paid for the whole day. I don't know, $2 more. Boom! Ow! Okay, I'll pay. Boom, boom! Ow! Stop! Don't tase me, bro. I'll pay the $2. It's like the security companies are going to have to, be armed.
Yeah.
To
You're
protect their robots.
Yeah, or people are going to steal them.
And
that's true. I
here
never
we
thought
are on
about
Terminator.
that.
Here we are on Terminator.
Terminator.
But the writer of
Come with
Terminator
me.
already saw that, right?
Yeah.
The real Terminator, if he exists, he would come back and go, holy crap, you guys really effed up. I mean, the future isn't even this bad.
Yeah. It's scary because there's so little oversight of it, and it's all being done by these companies with like venture capital money, and there's no real oversight of what. So we're basically living in an experiment, and experiment is us. It's like the Tesla self-driving. You've seen the wipeouts of those cars have done.
Yeah. You go under.
The one in a tunnel, it
trucks.
just stopped in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And it caused a pileup in San Francisco. All these people hit
It went
in a
under
tunnel.
a flatbed truck.
Oh my God!
Killed the guy.
But these people are morons to take their hands off the wheels. But the problem is, if you get used to it driving and it's making mostly the right decisions, you get lulled into a sense of that. Oh well, it knows what it's doing, right? And then when it goes crazy, you're having a cigarette or I don't know what you're doing. You're playing a video game on the console, and you're not ready, and you have to be able to respond in seconds.
So some quick pet peeves. The new airline food comedy from the 80s. We've made fun of it multiple times. You can find it. Now the new comedy is, you might be a germaphobe, look to your left, look to your right. If they're not germaphobes, it might be you. And it's like Jeff Foxworthy used that. Everybody uses that. They talk about masks and they go, the good thing about masks is you look at a girl and she looks attractive even though she's ugly, blah, blah, blah. Or you take your mask off and it's like, wow, is that what my breath smells like? So think about masks, Mike. Those are the new tropes.
I know. I've never told a joke about masks, I don't think at all. I don't think masks are going to go away in
How
Japan.
many jokes can you do about masks?
No. I mean, this is a limit. I mean, COVID humor, what are you going to do, right? It's hard to make fun of people dying. So make fun of the masks, I guess.
I have noticed this. Like, I'll walk down the street and I'll see like a mediocre girl, like a 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
you still
really
notice?
attracted to her.
Uh-huh.
What is it? What's that hole in her face? I've never seen. Now I want that hole. I used to imagine about the holes she had. Now I see that hole wide open. What's that thing? It's what are those labia? They're labia-like almost. What would we call them? Lips?
Oh, hello, Patreon.
It's like, wow, she's hot.
But then again, you have the opposite, too, where the woman takes off the mask. You think for the longest time your coworker is really cute, and she takes the mask off, and you're like, oh, that's what you look like under there.
Whoa. Got a quick story about a high school librarian. They are freaks. When I was in high school, I had an autistic friend, and we were partners. We wanted to do videos. And back then, there was almost no video equipment. You had to rent it from the library at the high school. And we wanted to do one about the way shopkeepers treat you when you're a minor and when you're an adult. The way they treat you and what they say. Anyway, it's convoluted. We snuck in. We missed the deadline to rent the equipment at 5 p.m. Did I say this? I was dating the librarian. I was 17.
How old was she?
I was teaching her Italian. She's like in her 30s. She's married.
Whoa!
I was teaching her Italian. She liked Italian.
And that's all you were teaching her? Well, she was teaching you. My God. The goings on.
I was teaching her Puccini. You know what I mean? Puccini. I was teaching her Vivaldi from the vagina. So she gave me a key. I wasn't supposed to use it after 5. But I snuck in and we rented the equipment, and then an emergency sensor went off in the rest of the library. So security guard came and he called her, and then she came. And it's like 3 a.m. and me.
3 a.m. you broke in? Oh my God.
No, we broke in like 11.
Okay.
We were there all night. We were filming.
Oh, you were filming in the library?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were just filming different books. And we'd just say like, Little Princess, this is what I call my coach. We're just making jokes about different book covers. You know, it's everything I know about economics, H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
And we just take pictures of books.
And just do snarky comments.
How to Destroy a Country by Margaret Thatcher. And then we just like, and then the cops come, but the librarian came and she goes, no, I gave them permission. She's like, how did they get in? She's like, I probably left my key in the front, and then he found it. She was a freak.
Oh, yeah?
I said, are we going to get in trouble? She goes, no, but I can get fired. So she goes, I have to sanitize this. I will do anything if I don't get fired. And we took her up on that. On her knees, she gave us cupcakes. That's what I'm saying. She gave us cupcakes. Mike.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Cupcake. When my last day as a senior there, I brought flowers. I was dating the homecoming queen who had been caught shoplifting at my supermarket. It's true. And she never gave me the time of day. When I caught her putting perfume and cosmetics in their blouse, and then the security guard, he was a freak. So, and he goes, you're the store manager. I was the nighttime manager. And he goes, you have the right to make her strip. We don't have to call the police.
Jesus Christ.
I said, well, why not?
Oh, no, you didn't.
She goes, I want to talk to you without the security guard. So he left, and she goes, I'll do anything.
Oh, my God.
Okay, the flowers.
Oh, yeah, to the homecoming queen.
All right, so back when she ignored me, and it was, if you're listening, Donna, you're welcome. You're not in jail. You're welcome. I was coming on to her, and I was trying to impress her, but I was also dating another girl, and I was also, the librarian was into me.
Wow.
So I brought the flowers, and the librarian intercepted me.
Oh.
And she said, who are these flowers for? I said, a very special girl. And she goes, oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
She intercepted the flowers from the girl I was going to give it to.
Oh, jeez.
But at that time, the bell rang, and everybody saw me give flowers to the librarian. We know what you're doing.
Oh, jeez.
But she was very cool. We broke some video cameras This was when they were very rare.
Yeah, expensive.
There were some betas in VHS. We broke both of them. We did an all-night thing, and we came in seconds in the Brooklyn Film Festival.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
She sponsored us.
Wow!
And everybody's like, "You're screwing the sponsor." You're damn right I am. I'm
17, 18.
I'm 18 now.
Jeez.
I'm 18,
And I
don't know what I want.
want.
All right, Mike Miller, Mark Bailey, and Talk Funny.